Hello, just waiting for everyone to arrive. Let's maybe have some music while we're waiting. My name's Diane, and I'd like to welcome you to how to activate your self-healing superpowers. So I'd really love to thank Taryn and her team for bringing together the amazing 19 women who were co-authors of the Phoenix Rising book. And let's just turn that down. And to allow us to give of our wisdom and gifts here on the summit. So the wealth of knowledge and information that we've already seen yesterday, we're going to continue that today in this session. So we have got 4 more days, I think 3 more days after this. So hopefully you'll be tuning in to all of the sessions that you feel connected to. So a little bit about myself. I am Diane Carter, and a little bit nervous but excited to be presenting to you. I do work mainly as an acupuncturist and as a quantum health coach. So I'm taking that now online as of the last year. So wanting to facilitate people to help them reduce stress, to self-regulate their emotions, to create abundant energy and self-mastery. So really to create a balance of yin and yang, the principles of Oriental medicine that I work with, to open up the channels of the mind, body and spirit connections that we can do for ourselves and for our family and friends. So many of the techniques that I use for myself when I've been through challenging times and recommend for my clients, we can utilize those in any instant or any circumstance. So it's really amazing to feel that, and to recognize we're not just flesh and bone. We are energetic beings that are responding to our environment, to unwanted stress and anxiety in our lives. So if we can regulate that, to observe, when that's starting to happen, in any instant or circumstance, we can create balance quite quickly. And the breath is the fastest way for us to access the nervous system and to regulate our homeostasis and bring ourselves back to balance and center. So we're going to do just a 2-minute meditation, and so if you can get comfortable wherever you are, and have your feet, if you're sitting on a chair, feet planted on the floor, your spine upright, so that you're not leaning or slumping back against the chair, that you can sit upright, or if you want to sit on the floor, you can do that too. So I'm just going to stop our music. So I invite you now to tune in to where you are in your place, wherever you are sitting. If it's outside, wonderful. If it's inside, just to tune into your breath and just to observe the breath. So you can close your eyes and just tune into the breath, into the belly, and just taking a couple of long, slow, deeper breaths, just to help you arrive in the present moment, leaving aside just for the moment any cares or concerns, just to be here now. And by just observing the breath and connecting to longer, slower, deeper breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, or out through the mouth if you want to release and let go of a bit of built-up energy. And I invite you to imagine a person or pet that you really care for. Just bring that person to mind and just feel into that love, that gratitude, that appreciation that you have for that person. So you can place your hands on your chest, over your heart, to help you bring that feeling of love and gratitude into the heart area. So as you think of that person or that pet, or it could be your happy place, just bring that feeling of love, appreciation into all of the cells of your body, so that it's expanding out from the heart and moving down through the body to your feet, to your toes, out through the chest, expanding that feeling of love. And with every breath, you're just sending that out throughout the body, spreading that love, that care, that feeling of appreciation that you have for a person. You're giving that love to yourself right now. So just a couple more breaths there. Expanding that feeling throughout the body, sending it to any areas where you might need it. Any areas of tension or imbalance or sore or painful areas, organs that need some support and nurturance. And then slowly opening your eyes. So having an intention for today's mastery class is a really wonderful thing to do, so that you are really tuned into your intuition and your intellect about what it is that you need right now. So if you need to close your eyes again for another few breaths, just tune in. What is it that you feel you wish to have more of in your life? What would you like to transform? What would you like to work on? From an emotional perspective, the way you connect with people, your health, your levels of energy, any issues that you may have in your body, or goals that you are working on and feel that you need some help with to stay focused and have clarity also about what it is that is your next step. So sometimes we can feel quite confused, and that's okay. It's okay to be in the unknown. And I invite you now to follow your curiosity and tuning into your intuition and your intellect, and just feel a positive manifestation of what that intention would be, whether it's to create more space in your life for personal creativity, to nurture yourself as much as you do other people, to make time for that, to learn something new, to take up a course of study, or to read, or to research, to learn something new. Whatever your intention is, for healing, for emotional relationship balance, for career, money, just to choose what's right for you right now. So you can hold that intention throughout this next 40 minutes, so that we can really hone in on what is your self-healing capacity to work with your own energies. So the first concept of that I would like to introduce is Yin and Yang, and I wanted to actually find a topic that maybe we can all relate to, that we can use at any time or any circumstance, because we've been experiencing in many parts of our lives maybe some anxiety and fear around what's to come. So the unknown can be exciting, but it can be also quite fearful. And as an acupuncturist, it's really important, and from an Oriental medicine perspective, that we open up all of the meridian channels that may be closing down or being blocked, to send energy into our fight or flight, adrenal, cortisol response, which uses a lot of energy. And if we're having a low-level anxiety response every day, we're going to be losing energy that's available for our organs, for our glands, for our nervous system. So these things can get overwhelmed quite easily with little triggers that normally we wouldn't react so much to. So the yin and yang energies are what a lot of people recognize are the principles based around Oriental medicine. And for me, I've put down a few little notes that I'm just going to share with you now. Okay. Hi, Beatrice. Welcome, everyone. So, okay, my screen's not allowing me to share for the time being. So, I'd like you to get, if possible, if you've got a pen and paper, that would be great. Just handy, because we're just going to draw the Yin Yang symbol. So this is my version of the Yang energies that represents the light white part of the circle, all of the activities and things. So if you can grab a piece of paper and pen, maybe two colours if possible, so that we can just note down for yourself what Yang energies are more predominant in your life. So Yang is the more expansive, out in the world doing energies. And the yin energies, which are the more feminine, receptive, quieter, more still activities that we can list those down as well. So just drawing your circle with the two like little fish and a dot in each side, which represents a little bit of yang within yin and a little bit of yin within yang. So it can be really interesting as a exercise to do that. So the yin aspects, as I said, are quieter and related to relaxation and nurturing and building up and tonifying. So the brain waves associated with that I've listed as well. So alpha, which is more of a relaxed, alert state. Theta and delta is when we're meditating or sleeping. So I've listed foods as well as activities and things that we do or things that we receive. And so yin is the dark side, and which one did you think it was? So a lot of people think that is yang is the dark side, and which is sort of has more of a masculine sense, I guess, that color, and then the white, could be the yin, the more feminine side, but it's actually the other way around. So the dark side with a little dot of yang is the yin, and then the lighter side, which is the yang. So once you've drawn your circle, I want you to write next to that side. So for yin, I want you to write the quiet, still activities, things, like acupuncture, meditation, yoga, cuddling, hugs, things that are really don't require lots of physical energy, but there's still a lot going on. So just take a few moments to note those down on the yin side. So, and if you want to write them into the if you want to write them into your comments, that would be really awesome too, because we can give each other some suggestions. Hi, Christy and Aileen. So if you'd like to write those into, so I'll put a little poll, which is we'll do that after to decide whether you're more yin or more yang at this time in your life in terms of the balance of activities. I think that would be a good idea. So the yang activities, so we ideally want to have a balance of both. So yang is more daytime, outward, physical energies, and a lot of sort of concentration. I said like driving a car is is a yang activity. Beach walking is yang, but it's also a little bit of yin because of it depends how fast you're going. And watching a movie is actually both, because you're using a lot of energy by being stimulated by that visual. And what you're goals and ambitions, your outer focus, your responsibilities that you have in the world. If you are you a parent, you know, what kind of work, you know, are you doing, computer work or physical work, you know, whether that's on the yin side or the yang side, and, you know, your activities and food. So what kind of foods do you like? Do you like spicy foods, or, you know, more sort of foods which are, might be more neutral, or do you like, yeah, just your different types of food, and whether it's, yeah, like smoothies or salads, which are more yin, and cooked food, meat, eggs, all those kind of things. So these are the kind of coaching guidelines that I would work with you if you were to work with me. I have a 6-week program that is discovering your unique energetic signature. So we look at your Oriental medicine constitution, your yin and yang balance. So I go through a whole consult on working out all of these things. So this is just the tip of the iceberg that we're doing today, to give you a sense of where you would need to look at, you know, creating more balance, to create peace and joy and more abundant energy and ability to self-regulate. So that is a little exercise that we can, you know, then I will tune into your answers to the poll, just to see what kind of energies people are at. So people who can be, might tend to be less energetic and might suffer from chronic fatigue, or might have, you know, more depression, and they have anxiety and wiriness. So that there could be, you know, we need to have, so that's a lot of yin things. If you don't have the energies to be out in the world, and you're just sleeping a lot, or you're, you know, really, yeah, depleted, or someone could be more yang, and they can be, you know, thinking too much, you know, busy all of the time, quite anxious, maybe having, you know, panic attacks, nervous neurological disorders. So lots of things that can, I've got a whippersnipper happening. I might just close my door. One moment. Real life situations. Okay, so let's close the window. Okay, so it might get a bit darker. So what we can then do, once we understand your balance of yin and yang, is then to look at how we can, once we've recognized that we are energetic beings and we are able to influence our own breath, our nervous system, and balance with activities and food, that we then get to reset. So I work with the 3 R's. So recognize where we're at right now, reflect what it is that we need to create balance, you know, in our life, and then to reset. So reset is these techniques, and there are 5 and 3 techniques that I would teach you in our 6-week course. We can do a few of those today. So just to give you an insight into what you can do in any moment or any instant. So as I said, breath is the fastest way to access the nervous system. And I hope that I'm out in my studio, which is in our backyard. So the neighbour is choosing to do some whippersnipper right now. Hopefully our sound is going to be okay. So with a breathwork technique that I find is amazing is to just, as we did at the start, to find your seat, get comfortable, upright spine, close your eyes, so we can do that now, and just to observe the breath. So no judgment about that it's shallow or that it's deep or that it's in the belly or it's in the chest, or we really need to have kindness and when we're creating this witnessing presence, so that we're not going into the mind thinking, oh, am I doing it right, or is this the best way to do it, or I'm not very good at this. So we use 25% of our body's energy to think. So if we can bring that rational, critical mind energy into the body by just quietening the mind, if we're finding we're going into thoughts or criticisms about what am I doing this, I'm not good at this, just come back to the breath, focus on long, slow, deeper belly breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose. So we're going to do that for about 30 seconds, and I'll put a little bit of music on just to allow you to tune into longer, slower, deeper belly breaths. So just tuning in, you might want to just recognize the sounds that are in your environment. What sounds can you hear as you focus on the breath? Just observing, not trying to change anything. Okay, well done. So to continue the breath, we're going to enhance the inhale. So just taking a longer inhale and pausing at the top before you exhale through the nose. So breathing in, hold and pause for a few seconds at the top, and then letting it go. And breathing in, all the way to the top, holding for a few moments, and then letting it go. And breathing in, taking in all that beautiful energy into the lungs, holding at the top, and then exhaling. And do a few more of those. And letting go. And last one, breathing in, hold for a few moments, and then letting it go. So to reverse that, we're going to focus on a longer exhale. Now you can do it out through the mouth if you feel to, but it's more calming for the body if you're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So, and we can expand through the side ribs and the belly and the chest, so that we can really get a bellows effect happening. So breathing in and then breathing out through the nose And then holding for a few moments before you breathe in again. Expanding the belly, the side ribs, up into the chest, breathing out. And just see if you can lengthen that exhale and just hold at the bottom for a couple of seconds. Breathing in, belly, side ribs, chest, breathing out. Long, slow, smooth exhale. Hold for a few moments before you inhale. Belly, side ribs, chest. Exhale. Long, slow, smooth exhale. Breathing in, last one. Belly, side ribs, chest, breathing out. Long, slow, smooth exhalation. And just come back to natural breathing. Now I want you to bring to mind, I invite you to bring to mind your intention for this session. What was it that you felt to transform, to create more of in your life? It can be one small thing. It could be just to cook more of my own food, to grow some herbs, to go to the movies, and I know many of you have had a lot of your freedoms reduced, so it could be something really simple, and just to recognise where you are right now is really amazing, it's really important. So X marks the spot. When you look at a map and it says you are here and there's a little X, this is where we can just witness and create our witnessing presence of observing, what have I achieved in my life? Where am I in my life stage? I work with a lot of women who have, starting to have menopausal symptoms, or they're working through menopause, and following that, and the energies and the hormones are changing, and that's for every stage of life, whether you're male or female, and depending on how much stress you have in your life and how you manage that is really important. So to go to our acupuncturist or our massage therapist or our naturopath or our osteopath, is fantastic, and we really need guidance and facilitation for our body, mind, emotions and spirit to connect, to be open, to allow energies, stagnant energies to move, to allow those energies to nurture areas that are depleted. This is how we work in acupuncture, and many therapists who believe in the quantum field theory, that we are connected, to nature, and that we are influenced by nature. So by just observing and connecting to our breath and our energy field, it changes like that. And we put an intention into that. We can calm it down. If we've got too much yang stimulating energy, we can calm it down. And if we've got too much yin energy, where we might be feeling heavy in our bodies, we're sluggish, our digestion's not working so well, we don't have a lot of energy, can suffer from depression, skin conditions, different things then we want to bring more yang energy into the body so that we have this balance of yin and yang. They need to circulate, they need to connect, they need to nurture each other. So yang helps to push and move the yin energies, and the yin energies help nourish and give energy and foundation to the yang. So we need both. We need to sleep, which is our yin time, and rest, and we need to be active and experiencing life, taking care of life during the day. So I really hope that this has helped a lot of you. If there's any questions that you have or anything that you wish to share, I'm going to put the little poll in at the moment so that you can let me know if you are more yin or more yang. So what is your yin yang dominance right now? So, and that can change. Or it could be a good balance of both. You could feel that you are balanced in that, which is fantastic. Okay, so you can use that to give us some feedback, and if you wish to get in touch with me, my details will be listed with the event, with the summit. But yeah, transparentwellbeing is .com is my website. So I have my unique energetic signature program, which is a 6-week program, which I'm offering a 25% discount for anyone who is watching on the summit today. So, and if you've got any questions, you're welcome to send me questions around what I do or how I could help you, and anything from today's summit we can go over, or specifically what we can do to help you and allow you to ripple out that that beautiful vibe of peaceful joy, which is what we can create when we are able to balance our energies. So we've got a few minutes still. So the other technique I often use and give to my clients is tapping, or emotional freedom technique. So whenever you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, or you might be getting palpitations, you might be getting anxious about something that's coming up, or something that's just happened. You might be upset after a phone call, or you've had some bad news, or you're right in the middle of it, that it's happening. Then the ability to just take those few long, slow, deep breaths into the belly is the first thing. And then you can do some tapping. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this before. So it's at the start or the finish of meridians. There's points on the face, the chest, and the hand, and the top of the head, which are points that we tap to create these connections, because when we go into fight or flight, there's often blockages that occur. So this just opens up all of the meridians and the channels in the body. And the ability to do this and to change your energetic field, to change your nervous system, to change the pH of your blood, can happen in any moment or circumstance. If you choose to observe this is, you know, what I need right now. So asking that question often throughout the day, what do I need right now? You know, do I need to do some tapping? Do I need to take a few moments to take, you know, some deeper, longer, slower breaths to calm my nervous system down? Do I need to energize it? You know, we're focusing on, you know, what we need right now. So if you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, then this tapping technique that I use is fantastic. So tapping at the corner of the eyebrow, the middle of the eyebrow, the end of the eyebrow, under the eye, under the nose. You can do this with me right now. The chest. Then if you remember, you can do the karate chop point. Just tapping. This is the small intestine meridian or the top of the head. So what, my battery is getting low. Hopefully it doesn't run out before we finish. If so, I will post the end of this. So thank you all for tuning in. So we can say a little mantra, a little affirmation as we're doing this. So even though I'm feeling overwhelmed right now, I love and accept myself. Or if that doesn't feel appropriate, you can say, even though I'm feeling overwhelmed right now, anxious, this too shall pass. You can change sides. Even though I'm feeling stressed right now, I know my energies will come back to balance. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed, I love and accept myself. And you just keep doing this. You can do this, you know, 4 or 5 times, 10 times until you feel and then just stop and check in with a few long, slow, deep breaths. Do I feel different? Does my energy system feel calmer? And 9 times out of 10, it will really drop 50%. And, you know, you can, you know, then do what you need to do to, you know, respond to that situation, or, you know, make the phone call, or attend the meeting, or, you know, just to feel that you're back in your body and that you're not all, you know, adrenalized. So, yeah, the tapping is a acupuncture-based technique. It's also called emotional freedom technique, so that you can look up that online. YouTube. I have a couple of breathwork sessions available on my website and through my YouTube channel. So I will post that within the session. So transparentwellbeing.com is my website. So you can send me any details of your questions there. I'd love to receive them. So thank you so much for tuning in to how to activate your self-healing superpowers, and just